Hi all, this is Skate, and this is the FV215b 183 British Tier 10 tank destroyer. Now, not too long ago I posted a silly video on my YouTube channel messing around in this tank. If you haven't seen it yet, I would recommend going to watch it. It's a silly video, but I can guarantee that song will be stuck in your head for at least a week. After that video, I was asked by a few friends if I would do a quick review of the tank and my personal opinions and experience with it. So that's the purpose of this video. I do really enjoy playing this tank. It's a fun tank to play. There is nothing like one-shotting tier 8 heavy mediums on the other side, and even 80% of tier 10s. It's just funny. So I'm going to show you in this video a couple of stats, figures, my loadouts, how I drive the tank, and I hope it's of use to somebody, and I hope it helps. First up, consumables. I always run on all my tanks the multi-purpose restoration pack and the repair kit. Prior to update 2.4, I was running pudding and tea to try and reduce the aim time and load. Since 2.4, I've actually changed this loadout to adrenaline, since there was a buff on this tank which I believe reduced the aim time by 0.4. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually makes a significant difference to the aim time overall. Next up, we're going to be looking at the ammunition. Now, this thing costs a fortune to run. I can't put it any other way. So I would personally recommend 6 AP, 4 Hesh, the premium Hesh, and 2 cheap Hesh. The reason I say 2 cheap Hesh is because there will be times you will need to shoot a shot at a 2, 3 or 400 health tank, and you will resent spending 20 gold or 8,000 silver just for the sake of that one shot. So that will save you money. As you can obviously see, the tank only carries 12 rounds, but I've played 650 games in this tank and I have never run out of ammo. As you'll see in the replays, I'm quite risky with my shots sometimes as well. On the equipment front, you need to do everything possible to reduce the aim time and the load time. So it's quite simply a case of the enhanced gun lane drive, the large caliper tank gun rammer, and the improved ventilation. There's not really much more else I can say on that. The armor though is something I do want to go into a bit more depth. It's bad. The armor is, well, it's crap actually on this tank. The only thing which you will be looking to bounce something off is the turret, and occasionally the front plate if you're angled well and you're lucky. I always drive my tank at the exact angle I'm showing here. You'll see in the replays I always try to drive like this, and it actually does get a fair few bounces when you consider what the armor's like, but you don't want to be relying on it. In the armor inspector shown in the video right now, it's actually been shot at with the BL9, which I believe is on the IS-3 and an early gun on the IS-8. As you can see, there's a lot of places it can pen you from. Any tier 10's not really going to struggle unless they don't aim their shot properly and they bounce off your turret. So make the most of what little armor you do have and drive at that angle always. Just to give some figures, the hull has 152 at the front, which would only be the upper plate anyway, 50 at the sides and 76 at the rear, turret being 254 on the front, which is literally just that red area you can see now. The actual cheeks are classed as the side and they only have 101. Separate to that, the rear is always going to get penned as well. It's only got 76mm. Not really much more I can say on the armor, so I'm going to dive straight into these replays then. The first 3 replays are prior to update 2.4, so they do have the non-buffed aiming time. Does actually make a difference, you'll see in the later games. So straight into this game, I am platooned up with Lucius Hero Winner in his Death Star. And as you can see from this matchup, there are shed loads of TDs on the opposite side. So for the first minute or so of this match, we are going to hang back, which is what I would usually always recommend in this tank anyway. Hang back for the first minute, allow your team to go forward while you provide a little bit of cover fire. The one key thing I would say to learn quickly about this tank is what ammo to use at what point in time. The cheap hesh obviously used on low health enemies, it saves you some cash. Your premium hesh you want to keep for the side of tanks. If you can get the turret, great. Don't shoot it at tracks, it will be absorbed by the spaced armour. If you can get the side of an E100 turret, you can do some brilliant damage to them. Here is a prime example actually of what I mean. I can see the side of a Jag Panzer, so take advantage of my hesh. Really nice damage roll. Obviously I've been spotted and backed up just in time to a rock. Which obviously worked out nicely because I didn't get shot and my platoon mate took him out. Now, I'm not going to waste my time going back up there now. I've got cover fire from my platoon buddy, so I am going to push forward and see what I can see. I can see an IS-3 sitting just above there, so I'm going to see if I can take a shot out on him without being spotted by anyone else. Obviously he backs up, goes off radar. Take the shot anyway. I haven't got anything else to fire at, why not? It does actually work out in my favour because as you can see when he comes back on, he's missing 900 health. My favourite part, he's stupid enough to go back. Blind shot again. I was actually very happy with that one. Obviously there's nothing else to shoot at. I'm not sitting here camping. I need to go help. One thing you will notice actually as well is I'll always have my ammo loadout open. Now the reason for that is because I think it's really important to switch quickly between the ammo on these. If you can switch to your hesh quickly and get a nice side shot, you'll get a much higher damage roll. Obviously we managed to get that E100 out. I didn't need the hesh in that scenario, but he did have more health when I loaded it. Now, prime example of why I use the cheap hesh here. There's no point wasting big bucks trying to take him out. It's only a low roll, the splash damage should take care of that for me. So, obviously there's only one left now. It's just a case of clearing up on this game now. And obviously a mad rush for everybody to get the last bits of damage they can. The one thing I didn't comment on previously is this tank has a top speed of 34. For such a big tank, it's not that bad actually, and as you can see, it picks up very quickly as well. It's got an 800 brake horsepower engine, and it does get to that top speed, even on the flat. How can you not like taking that much damage off one tank? It's just funny. Obviously it means I can't take it off, but it does mean I can get the last kill. I should have switched to my cheap HE there, but obviously I didn't, and I have no idea why in all honesty. So that was that game there. Stats wise I did just over 4,100 damage, and Lucius did just over 3,600. Actually made a 14,000 silver profit there, which I'm quite happy with actually for a tier 10 game. Obviously moving on into the next game straight away, no point messing around wasting. The one thing I will say with this tank again is I always like to back the mediums up as well. Two reasons. A, it gives some great cover fire, I can hang back, basically let my team take the shots for me, and obviously using my hesh on the mediums is much more beneficial for me. I get a lot more damage out of it. Major downside of this tank, as you can quite clearly see now, is there is no gun depression whatsoever. What I'm actually doing right here is not doing a little dance, is actually trying to use the terrain to get up at any sort of angle I can to try and see the Pershing without exposing myself. Obviously I can't by there. I should have actually gone up the left on the hill a little bit, but obviously I've put myself out in the open here. Obviously, as you can see straight away then, which you were probably expecting, is for the heavies to come around the corner. Does mean I get a nice cheeky shot to the side of the 7 though, 1,000 damage, you're gonna fire. One thing again you will also get a lot with this tank is fires and ammo racks. Obviously with such a large caliber gun going into somebody, it's going to wreck some modules. So a lot of ammo racks you do get on here. Obviously we get another shot into Russia, and get into the IS-3 as we pull back. being critical to my own gameplay, I've actually left myself quite exposed by the look of the map. Obviously I've got an E3, an M103 and an IS-7 coming at me, and I don't really have a lot of support by here. This shot should have gone better as well. Obviously I had the side of an M103 turret and I didn't penetrate, so I only did some splash damage. This IS-7 saw his chance to get in close and ruin me. Obviously can't mock him for it, but it's a nice penetrating shot, and he does pretty much take most of my health by me. Obviously while I'm doing nothing but sitting and reloading. Obviously I can't penetrate his lower plate or his turret from where I am, so take advantage of the terrain, lower his armor angle by reversing up it. I do get another nice penetrating shot in, however he wrecks my engine. Thankfully, TB75 saves me, which I'm very grateful for in the scenario. So again, last one left, and I'm not going to get there in time by the look of it. But one thing you'll notice that IS-7 did do is he, as you would always do with any tank destroyer, tried to flank around the side of me. It doesn't work very well in this tank. It's very difficult to get behind. If you're attacking it, I would say you've got to track it. You can't just try and get around it and hope the traverse isn't fast enough. The traverse is 32 degrees, and obviously with a 16 turret traverse, it will actually get around pretty quickly. Stats-wise, I foolishly clicked off the screen too quickly, but it was 3,000 silver profits. You could very quickly see there that I wrecked 2 modules in the IS-7, and it was a 4.5k game. Why I'm flicking through the screen like this, I don't know. But there you go, I'm back to the wrecked modules and the 1,100 damage shot into the side of the IS-7. Going back very quickly to what I was saying about the traverse, though, obviously as I went off on a tangent, if you want to get behind one, I would have said your best option is always to track it, and obviously as it hasn't got a full turret traverse, as long as you can get square behind the back of it, you will ruin one. That's the easy and the best way to get rid of an FV. On to the next match then. I am in a platoon with Tigger Sausages, one of my clan buddies. We are on Castilla. He is in his Object 140 and he is going to be on spotting duty for me, so I can stay back and stay safe and provide him some cover fire as he goes and does said spotting. I personally on this map like to go this way because I think there's a brilliant spot just on that bridge on the right hand side. You can cover the majority of your hull in this spot, obviously with just your turret sticking out. It's actually a good spot for even mediums. I like to go up there in E25. Only downside is obviously getting shot from the side. However, there's an example of a random shot. I didn't wait for that to aim. Pure luck, I reckon, that went into the side of that M103. Obviously I'm not complaining though. I didn't waste my shot. I had a nice 900 damage on him. He's now going to stay hidden behind there. Again, you can see I'm opening up my ammo loadouts, obviously with different tanks. You can see the M103's quick one finish off, so I've got the cheap HE loaded just in case. And obviously I'm flicking to the AP because there is a IS-8 coming up. Looking back, I don't know why I didn't just shoot the side of that turret then. That see a nice healthy shot. Now for the next 16 or 17 seconds I'm going to wiggle on this spot and try and stay out of sight. He's coming up to reload though. Makes sense to go see if I can spot anything. You can see I'm trying to side scrape off this rock. I don't think for a second I'll bounce much by doing it, but it keeps the majority of my tank hidden from that T-54. Obviously doesn't matter in the corner. Got a good hit through his turret though. So hopefully means he may back off for 2 minutes. I try and reload and position myself again behind the rock actually. And the best option is, although like I said, you can't side scrape it well, you're keeping more and more of your tank hidden, so it makes it a harder shot. T-54, maybe rude not to shoot if he's sitting down the open. And we're wrecked. I don't care what tier you're in, what you're driving, an ammo rack makes you smile. Always makes you smile. See, Conqueror's sorted. I haven't done a great deal of damage. I've just got lucky with the ammo rack. Well, I say I haven't done a great deal of damage. I can't remember how much damage I did in this game. I've only fired 3, I think, possibly. It racks up damage quickly. I've done a wrong thing by losing the HE there. I was aiming for the back of the turret. You could see it was quite clear. It didn't have any markings on it. It would have gone straight through. If I used the AP, probably would have got a 900 damage shot out of him there. E100 done. Tigger Sausage's doing a nice job of flanking. Now I'm going to make my way over to those two and see if I can get some more damage in before the game is out. Oh, as I say, them two, those one. Obviously trying to pick the best ammo for the scenario. It's always the best shout is to get your ammo loadout open. I don't think I'm going to get there on this scenario, but you can see I still flick through my cheap HE just in case. So that's that one. Those are the 3 replays from the previous updates. The next few will have, hopefully you'll see the difference actually. That's a 4.5k damage. I made a good profit on that. That was a good game. Happy with that actually. It's the thing with this tank, you'll find it is because you only fire 2 or so, there we are, 5 shots, you forget the damage you do. So obviously when you come to the stat screen you can either be pleasantly surprised or disappointed. You'll be disappointed when the tank trolls you and you miss 3 shots. That's disappointing and frustrating because obviously you've got an entire minute there where you're left exposed. There's a nice ammo rack on the T54 as well. Okay, so I am actually attempting to play at the same time as talking rather than doing a recorded voiceover afterwards. I've literally just gone into a game, it's Castilla again, and let's see how I get on actually talking and playing the game at the same time. Running commentary. So I'm going to go with E100 on this occasion. I think 3-4 is a good split. People always say go in one group, but like the E100 is, I don't actually think it's a bad thing. You've got 2 areas covered. Obviously in this area of it, I apologise if I don't talk as much. I'm going to be concentrating more. Do you think the E100's angry? See, I've loaded my HE now just in case anyone comes over that hill like an IS-7, which I potentially can't penetrate. But there's his tracker. And there's a nice 1,000 shot. And there's a Carnarvon. Again, I'm happy with that shot, considering I didn't aim. You can get away with it sometimes. He is staring. So if I go now, I might be able to get my aiming time down ready for when he pops up again. Or you just be cheeky and take the side of that E100, IS-7 turret. To get a shot on it. Should get a shot on him though. Nope.
We're trying to cover for him. We finished him off.
Well done. Go support that E100. I think the best way to do that would be come from the back, depending on the rest of that team. Right. E75 first.
They're knocked out.
Try to get as much damage as I can, so I want that. IS.
Enemy armor is
Because the
destroyed.
STB has the IS-7. Now what do we have left? An IS-4 and an E75. The E75 was last saw over here. I tell you what, it's a lot harder trying to play the game and talk at the same time. To do your voiceover at the same time is actually a lot harder. So anyone who does it this way, hats off to you. And if I'm lucky, I will get that IS-4. Nope. Prime example of the lack of gun depression.
Gotcha.
And then just the IS or E75. Which I don't actually mind taking a shot off because that's the end of the match.
Enemy armor is
And a nice one to
destroyed.
finish. Overall, I think a good game. Just hope the voiceover is recorded. I'm not going to rush off this screen like I did in the last video. There we go. Nice 5,400 damage game. And profit. So it's not always a loss in this tank. It does, if you die, you will make a loss. For some reason, not just the ammunition, but the tank costs a wad to run usually. But, no. 31,000 profit, happy with that. Good results. Let's go straight into another one. Okay. Now the one nice thing about doing voiceovers, I will say that, is in comparison to doing the replay, I get to sit on my sofa, which is a big bonus in comparison to sitting at a desk. But again, in advance, I do apologise for any silences. It's purely because I'm trying to concentrate on the game. Now they've got a lot of mediums. So I'm going to go up by here and see if I can provide some cover fire. They may be clever and they may all rush this hill, but I'm hoping not. Let the ISA know he's got some cover, and then
Nice shot.
provide some help. Hopefully they won't rush him, but this is a nice spot to see right across the map, and obviously depending on the medium. Do you think the FV is upset?
Another one like that should
Shots like that make it worthwhile, and I may have upset that FV, but it was worth it. There's a bounce, and I wonder if I can catch his engine deck. Nope. I can still see him. I'm gonna make an assumption, I could be wrong. Didn't move.
Find us another target.
He should have moved. don't want to hit his tracks because
There's
hitting
your
his
tower.
tracks spaced armor. A leopard PTA. Scenario for Cheapesh.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Oh. Well, that's both done. I think that was a good game. I think I annoyed those mediums a little bit. That's good few high damage rolls. Sorry buddy, I can't right now. So yeah. And we made a healthy profit too. As long as you get a full pen on the premium hash, you will penetrate. Sorry, as long as you get a full penetration on the hash, you should make money. It's only when you're making half damage from the splash damage you don't make much money. Yeah, I think we took those mediums out fairly quickly. Happy with that. Let's have a look what we did to them. So, shots fired, 5 hits, 5 pen. Okay, I can see why the FV is annoyed. The T62 had more right to be annoyed. Didn't really do a lot to him. In fact, I didn't think I hit him, because it didn't say we hit him, but it did show up that damage figure. So unless I hit the floor next to him and splashed against him, which is possible, if you look in Armor Inspector and press on the floor next to it, you can actually do splash from shooting the floor. You just gotta shoot real close. This Centurion was a one-shot. Shots like that make it all worthwhile. So, one shot, wreck turrets, gun, and tracks. It doesn't matter if you wreck him, he's a one shot, but still. And then, again, Leopard. Wrecked his engine and his tracks, but what does it matter? He was dead. Yeah. I'd say overall that was a very, very good game. So, back in Garage, I actually enjoyed doing those voiceovers, and I've enjoyed doing this review actually. I will be doing more, so I hope you did enjoy it. It was my first review, so I probably missed bits, probably silent in certain bits, probably stuttered in certain bits. Hopefully the next one will be better. If you subscribe, do all that usual like crap and all that stuff, share it out. Have a look at the other video, like I said, it is funny. And hopefully get some more views, and obviously I can start posting more and more up. In regards to Tank, I hope the actual video has provided some insight into how I play it, and I hope it does help if you're looking to improve in any shape or form. And that's pretty much all I have to offer on this one. I would recommend this, and I strongly recommend the entire, I literally do mean the entire British tank destroyer line. I absolutely love that tank destroyer line. It's the best in the game, in my opinion. But yeah, as I said, I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks. Goodbye, guys.